something like
8.
that. Okay. So the only thing that I kind of see a problem with, I mean, he mentioned that instead of 3 seasons, I'd recommend you do all 4, but I think he just misread our paper because if I remember right, we said we were seeing if summer was higher, and then we were looking at summer and the other 3 seasons. So that should be all 4.
I think what it was is that we were looking at the website and there's only 3 quartiles that are listed. Like they have the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter, and I guess that's a whole somehow. But like the website didn't have 4; it just had 3.
Here, let me try pulling that website back up because I thought there were 4, but I could be totally wrong.
I mean, I'm not the one that even looked at the website, so you'd probably know better than I did.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm looking for the URL right now.
Did you paste that in the document, Ben?
I did.
Awesome.
UtahGasPrices.com. Right there.
Really, we should just type up one collect the data form and then just send it out to everybody.
I don't know if we're all supposed to be collecting data, and that's why it's...
Are we each supposed to get our own data?
I don't know.
Does it have the directions?
I'm glad there's like a detailed instructions, except for there isn't.
Isn't there somewhere?
No.
Not that I can find.
Okay, hold on.
One.
This is why I watch The Office Hours, because sometimes he talks about hidden treasures.
He said, I have graded everyone's first draft. If you got a passing score, you can start collecting data. If not, please revise. Does that mean we can revise it and turn it in again?
I have no idea.
Oh, no.
I think I just tricked my mind into thinking I cared, but I just remembered that.
And I just remembered I don't.
Yeah, I remember that my real attitude is, I don't even care if we finish this final project. I'll still pass.
Okay, Mitch, I'm going to use that. I just tricked my mind into thinking I care. Oh.
That should be a bumper sticker, honestly.
You're so awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me try to find this. Google Hangouts, no. How to understand due dates.
I mean,
This
like I said a few minutes ago, as long as I pass and I can get my degree in a week or 2 weeks, it's whatever.
There's no directions.
Nope. I'd say we're...
It says right here, in final project, just collect the data directions.
Oh.
I thought that was just a link to the sheet. Yeah.
It really is just a link to the sheet.
Nice.
Open the link below for instructions on how to describe the data in your study.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go to the sheet.
All right, let's all just
says,
put it together and just have it on one sheet, and we'll say, well, it never said anywhere that we couldn't do that.
Oh, do you want me to type it, or do you want to type it, Ben?
I can type it.
Okay.
Like the only place I've seen it was in the instructions for, like in our original document. Step 2, everyone writes up and submits their collect the data document.
Okay, so we're on
That's it.
State our research question.
Yep.
Maybe for number 2, like number 1 and 3, we can have the same for everybody, but number 2, we'll have everyone do their own, because that one, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that one's a little more
open.
personal, I guess. Okay, so we are group 8,
8.
not 78. Here, I'll go ahead and share my screen so that if
I'm filling it
anybody
out.
has an issue or wants to see it, they can. Oh, did you say you were filling it out, Marie?
Yeah, I am, but
Okay.
I'm just going on with you.
Oh. Okay. So, is that how you spell your last name, Marie?
Maughan.
Okay.
Yeah, here, I'll share mine too. Collect the data. Start screen share.
And what was your last name again, Evan?
Weston C.
Weston C.
Like that?
WESTENSEE.
E-N.
And then Sam
Okay.
Moo.
Right. Like the cow.
I think
Yep.
he prefers Samuel. I don't know.
I don't know. I just send him.
We'll just put Samuel. And then we've got Mitch. And what's your last name?
Harvey, Harvey.
Harvey. Right. And what's his face? I would leave that on there as a joke, but I don't think I'd actually get a grade. So,
He doesn't know who you are.
I can't figure out who this is.
0.
I'm not sure how much I'd care. Okay, so state our research question. Let me just go pull that right from
Copy and paste.
here. Make it plain. Which I don't know how all this statistics stuff works, but I don't think that's actually a question, grammatically speaking.
Yeah, so we should set up kind of like the other examples. Do we want to see if
Well, we
it's
can
greater
just say
than, less than?
our gas price is higher in the summer than they are in the other seasons.
Yeah. So we'll just go with that. I mean, in the other one, it said to state it that way, like as a sentence. And I thought that was a little odd. Okay. And we're doing 2 individually. Right? Is that what we decided?
Sorry, I'm just reading his feedback on our project thing.
Yeah. I don't know how much I agree with the whole covering such a range might ruin the ANOVA test. Because I don't see how having more data points could cause issues.
What are the requirements
think that
for the ANOVA test? I don't even remember. It
No.
just has to be, the variances have to be less than 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. We'll figure that out when we get to it.
Yeah.
I have this. It's on my notes.
So the biggest thing you mentioned was no significant outliers.
You have an extra R in our research question.
Anyway.
And the requirements for the ANOVA test is that the data is normally distributed and the largest variance is not more than 4 times the smallest variance.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we make like a QQ plot, we should be good.
Well, just eyeballing it. The largest should not be more than 4 times the smallest, right?
The largest variance, yeah.
Yeah,
What does that mean exactly? Is that just the number can't be 4 times as much?
I think so. And if
Oh, you
that's
know
the
what? I think
No,
I think
that's
the
it's
variance is
from
how far away it is from the
it's
standard
from the
deviation.
mean.
oh, right.
But like same thing.
Yeah.
We should be good. Okay, so
I think we'll be fine. And if we're not, we can just adjust it to fit a different year. Because I mean, a shorter year span. Because on December 19th of 2014, there was a huge drop between October 17th and December 19th. So we could always just go with like a 3-year period instead of a 5. And we'd be fine. I would
that
think.
would work. Be easier to collect the data too.
Yeah.
Do we have to revise our initial?
I don't know. I mean, our project was approved, so
Yeah.
we might have to
I would
change something. I don't know.
Do you guys want to flat out switch to the 3, or do we want to see how the data works out first? Because I mean, I don't care, but
It makes no difference to me.
Yeah.
okay. So why don't we just go with the 5, and then we
Okay.
can check our data afterwards. And if we have to shorten the span, then we just have extra data and we'll throw out what we need to, like year span wise, to make it fit in a ANOVA test.
Okay. Will you paste the link in this document too?
Sure.
Retail price.
And we said we were going to do multiple states, correct?
Yes.
Do you guys want to break it up? Like each of us can get one state.
That's totally fine. I think we decided on Utah, Idaho, and Colorado. And we could probably throw in another state, and it's not going to make.
ColoradoGasPrices.com. I bet there's one.
Well, I
for
think
every
you
state.
can actually still get the data on this webpage
Yeah.
because it's got like
Oh.
area 1, area 3. So right now I've got pulled up Utah, Idaho, and Rhode Island just because I thought it would be.
Oh, so okay,
Interesting
that's
to
just that's really easy then.
So you guys can all pick a state and I'll grab whatever one's left, or if you guys want to break up the 3 that are already there, I'll just pick another state.
/ retail price chart.
There are underscores in there, by the way.
Right, and .asp.
Okay. I will pick Colorado.
Okay. And we're just doing West Coast, right? Or are we doing, well, like Western United States?
I don't think we ever specified. So
Gas prices will probably be the most similar if in like surrounding
It's
states.
probably best to stay around that area just because it should be somewhat similar.
Unless you go to California, but
Yeah.
well, I don't know. I don't know what gas is in California.
I'll do Wyoming.
Okay.
Time period 3 years.
5.
Oh,
5.
5. Sorry.
Jeez, Mitch.
I know.
You're good. Okay, Evan.
I'll take Utah.
What do you want? Idaho it is for me.
Excuse me, I need to get a drink.
So how am I supposed to collect this data and put into wherever? Link to this chart? That's
I was
weird.
just gonna do it kind of like, let me pull the document back up. Oh geez, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay. So I was just gonna put it on another page and just go ahead and pick, like, starting with the 5-year mark. That would be 3-16-2 or slash 2014. And then that was,
Sorry about that.
You're good. Let me just clear out everything but Idaho.
So what'd be the best way to do this? Should we make our table and then send it to you somehow?
Well, I think we're all supposed to put what data we collected. So I'm thinking we just put
okay.
our own individual data. I'm doing it on an extra page. And so I'm doing like 3/16, 2014, and I'm going to go ahead and put, will it let me see the actual data or is it all chart?
So I see 6 months or 6 measurements per year. Which ones do we want to use?
That's a good thing to decide. I was just going to go ahead and pick 3 months out of the year for each season. And then if the sample month falls within that, then put it there. Because it does only have like 6 data points or something like that per year, but they are scattered.
Okay.
So it's not all exactly the same month.
But we still want 4, right?
Yeah, 4 seasons. So if we just break
on
it
our
up,
table, if we just don't specify the month, we just say what season, then it won't matter.
so we need to decide belong to what seasons. So I would say like June, July, and August are summer. And then, but that kind of breaks in. So maybe May, June, and July are summer. August, September, and October are fall. November, December, and January are winter. And then February, March, and April are spring.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let me write that down real quick before I forget.
August through October is
Fall.
fall. November, December, winter, and then January through
We had January as winter too.
winter,
So 3 for each season.
and then February through
April.
Okay.
So I'm using a
So
5x6 table. I was just
Okay.
going to do like a column for each year and then a row for each season.
Okay.
Or I said that backwards, but yeah.
Okay. What dimensions did you say the table was?
5 by 6, but if we did it 5 by 6, the seasons would have to be the columns and the years would have to be the rows.
Okay.
So maybe we should do 6 by 5. I think it would look better if the years were on the top of the chart instead of on the side.
Yeah. I would agree.
Six by 5 table, top left corner, I'd just say the state. So I'm going to say Wyoming gas prices. And then I'm going to go backwards because I don't know how to do math. 2017, 2016.
Oh my gosh. I was looking at the
2012.
wrong one. I was like, that doesn't add up.
Yeah, you'll go back to 2012.
Are we?
But we can include 2017 because it's not all the way over yet.
That's true. That makes a
We
lot
go
of sense.
2011 through 2016.
Wouldn't it just be 2012 for 5 years?
Yeah.
12, 13, 14. Yeah.
And then what order do we want the seasons in? Winter, spring, summer, fall, or spring, summer, fall, winter?
I would do spring, summer, fall, winter.
Okay. And we just need to
Because
fill
it's
these
going to
out.
begin in that year. And that's as close to the full calendar year as we can get.
Gotcha.
Okay, you're doing which one, Ben?
I'm going to do Idaho.
In that top left part where there's just an empty block, you could put it. Well, that actually does kind of look better. I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's fine.
what to do?
It looks more like a title like that. I think that's what I'm going to do too.
Will
Okay.
you send us this and then we'll just modify ours?
I already
Mhm.
just filled mine out. It doesn't take very long, but I mean, you can do whatever.
Oh,
Like you only need to fill out really eight squares, or I'm sorry, 9 squares.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just a
Or
6
I can
by 5
email it.
table.
Whatever you guys want.
Well, I'll just put my data in when you email it. So we're just going to pull like February of that year
Yeah.
for spring.
Yep. So we'd start with February of that year. And then anything between February and April. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll be fine.
All right, what's this doing?
I do wish they would have given us like a actual data set though.
Yeah, I want to export it to Excel. We can always look for a different website.
Yeah. Whoa. So many errors. Goodness. Holy crap. Okay. Anyways. Let's see. I wonder if they have an API.
For the second question, are we supposed to be like drawing conclusions? Or are we just supposed to be talking about how we collected the data? Like it's asked what you learned. Like, are we supposed to define everything that we concluded because of our data, or I don't know.
I think it would just be stuff that we learned like about gathering data.
Right, because the next assignment is describing the data. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't think we're supposed to be drawing conclusions yet. I think it's more of a difficulties you had with collecting the data. I mean, it says, was there a situation you had not anticipated? Which I don't think there should be anything that we don't anticipate for this.
Anticipate that the it wouldn't list it in seasons, but just in months.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just...
No, you're good. I didn't anticipate that GasBuddy wouldn't have an API that I could just go ahead and ping. Because I'm lazy and I like doing things that way.
I didn't expect to actually have to do anything.
Oh, hey. This app implements the GasBuddy API. Do you have a link to the API? Because I could whip up a servlet in like 2 minutes. GasBuddy API. You need to give me that link, bruh. This code's pretty. Wow, I'm getting distracted. Okay. There's a GasBuddy GitHub account. I might get lucky there. Yeah. Oh, well, we can just grab data points. Yeah, so we'll just fill out that number 2 with anything that we encountered while getting the data. I guess we can really think hard about it or something. The situation I did not anticipate was how badly I just didn't want to.
Yeah, just... Are you guys putting $signs in your chart? Like, when you're filling in the data, should we put $signs? I guess.
Yeah,
Probably
I
should.
would.
Sure.
Mitch, do you want to share your screen? I want to see how you're doing it.
Yes. Hold on. How do I share my screen?
You go to the top of the sidebar.
Yeah.
Wait, I do what?
it says
There's a sidebar on the left-hand side with a little green screen
Oh,
with an
there we
arrow in
go.
it.
Screen share. Isn't it pretty?
I want to see it.
Screenception.
Endless screen.
Okay. So I'm just putting in. Okay, so I'm just taking the data points and just plugging them into the chart. So like for spring of 2012, I just got 3.3, put it in my chart for spring 2012, $3.30. And then I'm just going to do that for each one.
Okay.
And so far, hey, look at that. It is higher in the summer. But that's only 1 year, so we'll see. Winter.
What?
That would be awesome.
Is this weird for you guys? I keep losing track of what I'm doing. Like, I'm like, okay, I got to do summer. It's in between these months. Wait,
Yeah.
what was I doing again? What season?
There we go.
Okay, I'm doing Colorado.
What year am I in again? No.
I didn't realize gas was this expensive in Wyoming. Oh, this was years ago. It's not that expensive anymore.
Yeah, there was like a plummet in 2014.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
It's good
Yeah.
for consumers.
I'm totally fine with it. No complaints. Well, I don't know.
Hopefully it stays that way. But if you invested in energy, then you don't want it to stay that way. I did, and then the gas market crashed and I've lost a bunch of money.
Yeah, I mean, I like lower gas prices as a consumer, but you've got to think about it from other points of view too. Like Alaska's a couple of years behind as far as the economy goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so with this giant gas drop at the end of 2014, last year it finally started affecting like the oil business up there.
Yep.
And because of that, Alyeska had to lay off about 400 people,
Yeah.
No.
and my dad was one of them. So
Well, the industry shift, but that's with anything.
yeah,
A lot of well, the whole reason was OPEC wanted to force some of the domestic consumers out of the market.
yeah.
But it makes everything else cheaper, like our food and everything, because transportation isn't nearly as expensive.
Yeah. And that's also true.
It's taking longer than I thought it would. I'm not very good at looking at this graph.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was looking for an API.
Here's this graph.
$190 something.
All right, I'm done.
Is this due tomorrow?
I think it's due in like 2 days.
I think we're good.
My
So I think under number 3, I'm going to just say, I was responsible for collecting the data in Wyoming. Here are the results.
I did not anticipate that it would take more than 3 minutes to get this data.
Yeah, more than 10 seconds. I don't like the way that this paper is formatted. Like that everything's indented so far in.
Yeah, I agree.
Except for the list your names at the top, which is in back. I don't know. 2. Short summary of what you learned. Oh. I typed in, or I was copying the URL to my paper and it says Colorado gas prices. So I like freaked out for a second. I'm like, did I do the wrong state? Are we both doing the same one?
Oh wow, it pretty much flatlined in the summer of 2016.
I finished mine chart.
Yep, I just finished mine up too.
So do we need to send them to you guys?
I think
don't
we're
think
supposed
so.
to just submit
I
it.
think you
in-
just submit it.
Oh, okay.
And then when we're describing the
yeah.
data, we're probably going to have to collaborate it all. So we might as well email it to each other. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
should you prices by month?
So I forget, Mitch, how far into school are you?
I have 1 semester left, and I still need an internship.
Okay. Have you done your senior project yet?
I have not. No. I was probably going to do that after my internship. So I guess technically I have 2 semesters left.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how harsh the grading is.
Just submit some crappy thing, get a C and pass and graduate. That's the plan,
it's
right?
really not sounding that bad.
The dream.
My partner and I are working on something, and
Oh, it's
I mean, we
partnered?
could make it
Oh,
look
no.
yes, it's required to be group work.
I did not know that. That changes my whole aspect of not
Yeah.
wanting to take that class even more. I've had
Yep.
bad experience with coding partners.
I have two. You guys are great, but other than this
Agreed.
group, I've pretty much
I've
lost
generally
it.
had bad experiences with group work in general.
Like, I've had group members sabotage our projects so that they
No,
can
why?
because we all voted on a project and
And they
he
didn't get what
didn't
they
vote
wanted.
that way and he hated it and he didn't think it was going to work because he didn't read the requirements for the project, and so he wanted to prove that it wasn't going to be a working project, so he did everything in his power to sabotage it. Because screw whether we pass or not, he wanted to be right. And that's the kind of stuff that I've dealt with in groups. So I didn't find out senior project was group work until I was reading through the instructions and I was like, well, crap.
Yeah. What are you using as a category? I think I'm going to do graphic design.
That would actually be a good one. I just threw together, my partner and I threw together a bunch of different categories that we hadn't explored fully.
Ah, okay.
So, like, he hasn't done an Android app before. I have. I've done a few. And so she was able to say, you know, I haven't done an Android app, so I'm going to do the Android app portion. Ben has never set up a server from scratch before, so he's going to do that.
Okay. And it has to be something you've never taken a class on, right?
Yes, either you've never taken a class or you've never gone nearly that in depth. So. Oh, hey, Sam.
Hey guys, I am like totally lost this week on times. Did you guys change times already? Like the daily daylight savings time? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what time is it right now for you?
8:30.
8:30.
I was napped. Okay. Yeah.
Are you in Arizona?
So we're at the same. No, I'm actually in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But right now we're on the same time, I guess. I normally come in at 8:30.
Gotcha.
Anyways. Yeah.
For number 2, guys, well, I'm still sharing my screen, right? What I'm doing is is it not sharing?
It's sharing. I see it.
What I'm
see.
doing is I'm just going to show the link, say that it shows prices by month instead of by season, and then list how we defined the seasons. And that'll give us like the majority of what we really need for that one.
Yeah, I think so. That's
the situation. That's how we handled it.
Yep.
And that's where and how we collected the data. That's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sam,
Yeah.
basically we all just picked a state and in like the same region, and we went ahead and grabbed the data from spring of 2012 to winter of 2016.
Okay.
And we broke it up as May through July are the summer, and then August through October are the fall, November through January are the winter, and February through April is spring.
Okay.
I can go ahead and just email you the form because we're each supposed to individually fill it out. Email you the form so that you have all the info, and then you can just change out, like pick a state in the area that hasn't been done yet, and then you can just pop in the data into the table in place of mine.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Hold on, I
You're good.
got 3 kids, so it's kind of hard.
No worries.
So this week I saw the email just now, but are we supposed to be meeting? Like, are we going to turn in something?
Yes. So there's no group
Yeah.
this week. We're just working on our final project.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
This collect the data sheet is due in 2 days. But
This is like the only time we meet, so this is like our only time to work on it. So even though
I
it's
see.
today, so we need to do it tonight.
Yeah. Okay. And
So-
is anybody else having problems with iLearn accessing it?
I mean,
it
other
hasn't-
than its usual problem.
I was about to- normal bug or extra.
I guess. Okay.
Other than all the time.
I can't access it.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
definitely not good.
Mine is working for me.
Well, I'll just Bennett, if you can just send that to me, I'm going to turn it in tomorrow or later on tonight because I can't go in right now.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I'll go ahead and email it to you right now. Let me grab your email address from Marie's email.
Might as well just send it to all of us, so that way we have.
Okay.
I'll do the same thing.
Yeah,
I think I'm done with mine. I think I'll format it a little better, but
Okay. Yeah, I'll just finish up mine and then I'll email it out in this same meeting. And then
Okay.
you guys can download it from there. Just for reference, Sam,
Mhm.
number 2 is supposed to be filled out like your own personal. What did you discover? But it can pretty much be the same as everything we're putting. And it's pretty much just data was collected from here. This is how we did it. Because there aren't any problems with what we're doing.
do you guys know what the course code for this is? Math
221A.
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 Final project. Collect the data.
That's fine. I'll just kind of change it out or put my own words in it and stuff.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So just change number 2 and then swap out the data that's in the chart
Okay.
and change the name of the state that it's in, and you're good to go.
Sounds good.
So I'll have that emailed out here in about 5 minutes.
I'm sending mine out right
Um,
now.
I did have a super important question,
Okay.
Mitch. I noticed now that your name square is kind of grayed out, I can see back onto your icons.
My icons.
You play WoW? Yes.
That is
Yeah.
actually a vanilla server. But yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I can't.
Wait, hold on. Are you a hoardy?
Real talk, yes, but lately I've been playing Alliance because my buddies are and I've been raiding with them.
Well, that's
so.
because Alliance is better. I mean,
I actually hate the Alliance. I'll be honest with you.
well, the Alliance hates you.
I hate me, so at least there's something in common. Are you playing currently?
Yeah. I got sucked back in by its siren call.
I literally started playing.
I was clean.
4 days ago.
Yeah, that's about when I started. I was clean for like a year and a half.
Nice.
And then I saw footage from Legion and I was like, oh, that actually looks good.
We did Mythic Scorpion a couple days ago.
Oh, nice.
Hey, how did everyone do on the exam?
A minor.
Oh, that's good.
I'm Mitch and I get good grades.
Hey. That's
I'm just
not
getting a hard
nice.
time, man.
I know.
Hey, do you do the homework and study really well?
I could lie to you and tell you I study a lot, but I really don't.
No, just tell me the trick.
Use the Excel sheets.
Okay.
Like that's pretty much what I just did on the exam. I just used the Excel sheets.
The trick is not pay half attention to it and do your exam at work, because that got me a 76.
It's not bad.
Using Excel spreadsheets, I guess.
Do you guys read the reading like word for word the entire section?
No, I try to skim through it.
I pretty much just look at the summaries and that's it.
Yeah, I have to go over the examples though, because I have to see how they set up the. I think I just find it intimidating, so I struggle.
Yeah,
with that
it's
one.
weird. Did you guys get my email with the attachment? If you want to just copy paste from that, if you need to, it's fine. But I figured it's just there if anyone wants it.
Hey guys, I gotta run.
Okay.
But
I think
do
we're good. So
turn this in myself, and then is that all I need to do for us for the group? Or?
yes.
Cool.
Just in number 3, make sure that you specify like you're responsible for your state, and then you show your data. You're good.
Okay. Cool. All right. See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Right.
There's actually not a direct link to submit the thing. You have to go through like multiple links to get there.
Of course, because why make it convenient?
I
It says,
don't know.
It says link to this chart. If you click that, it will give you the link.
That would just be too convenient. You can't have that. You don't learn anything if it does it for you. 221A final project, collect the data, submit. Okay. Well, I'm glad we got that done.
Yep. Okay. I was responsible for collecting data in.
Ben, have you played Breath of the Wild?
I have not, but that's only because it would require buying a Switch.
Oh, I have it on Wii U.
Oh, they have it on Wii U?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe I'll get it. But I don't know. I've heard it's amazing.
It is amazing.
I also gave up on buying Nintendo consoles.
I absolutely understand. I play Smash Brothers competitively, so that's the only game I had on Wii U until a couple days ago.
Nice.
Now I have 2 games.
So why did you get rid of Nintendo?
Nintendo's just bad. Like,
They've been
really.
going downhill for a long time. Like,
I'm
I
a
like the-
huge Nintendo fan. Like I love their old consoles and games.
Oh,
but
yeah.
their new systems are they're horrible. They have no games for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last one I bought was the GameCube, and I played Mario Kart religiously on that.
Yes.
That was a good one. GameCube is one of the best.
GameCube after GameCube is about when they started going down.
Going
when they
crappy?
released the Wii. The Wii
Yeah.
was awesome in how innovative it was for the first couple of
Yeah.
months,
Yeah.
but really the remote was poorly done. And then PlayStation released their PlayStation Move.
Well, the hardware's bad, and like no third-party companies support it because of how bad it is, and so the game selection for it is just bad. Like,
Yes.
you will only find Nintendo exclusives on it.
And
So
then
what do you
the
guys
s-
have now? Like, what's the console that you would buy?
Well, I have a PS4, but I mostly just play on my computer, PC games.
Yeah, I do a lot of PC, but if I had to pick a console, I own one, but if it's just console, PS4 all the way.
Nice.
Okay.
Xbox One is kind of a joke.
Agreed.
Okay.
Like
It's
it's
just
got a
crappy
couple
PS4.
it's got a couple of popular
Titles.
in-house games.
Halo.
But,
Pretty
yeah,
much Halo.
it's Halo and Forza.
Yeah, I loved. Okay, so I used to play Halo a lot because But
But
this
the
was
new Halos aren't even good anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
okay.
And
So
there's
this-
perfectly good shooters on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And from a game selection perspective, PlayStation's exclusives are always better.
Have you played
Like-
Neo?
Yes.
Neo is so much fun.
Yes.
On PlayStation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't quite beaten it yet, but that's because I've been
So,
busy
and I
with
mean,
homework and
even
Zelda.
just even on a hardware level, the PS4, without getting too technical, the PS4 has DDR5 RAM in it. The Xbox One has DDR3, and the difference between that is about 100 gigabits per second. Graphics
really?
capabilities, yeah. PlayStation wasn't playing around.
Can't Xbox not render in 1080p?
Nope. And even in 720, their frame rates are always worse than PlayStation 4 by like almost half.
Yeah, Xbox sucks. They won
So what do
last
you-
generation. I'd say the
play on
360 was better than the PS3, but
I had both PS3 and 360, and I liked Little Big Planet on PS3.
that's one of the first games I got on PS4 was the new Little Big Planet.
Yeah. And
Do
the
you like that
PlayStation
one?
exclusives, or the PlayStation Plus games.
It's not bad.
PlayStation Plus games, if you get the membership, it's Xbox kind of copied them, and you get free games every month
Yeah.
for being a subscriber.
The thing that sucks though is if your membership runs out, you can't play those games anymore.
Yeah, but I've never found a reason not to be subscribing because it's like $50 for a year.
I mostly just play single player games on PS4, so I just don't really have a reason to have PS Plus.
Well, for me, it's the free games because I mean,
That makes
a good
sense.
chunk of the months, the games aren't that great. But like this last month, the free game, one of the 3 free games of the month just for PS4 was Little Big Planet 3.
Oh, I already own that.
Yeah.
Have you
I
played
didn't,
Resident Evil
and so-
7?
No, I haven't
That
yet.
one would be fun.
That
I
is
remember.
so much fun. I
I've
loved
heard
it.
it's really good,
Yeah.
but it's on my list of games I haven't bought yet because I need to graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave up all
Like-
this.
Fallout 4.
It's also really short. Like I think I beat it in like 8 hours, maybe less.
Fallout.
Resident Evil 7.
Yeah,
Like, it's
Fallout 4, you're
really
not
short.
gonna.
Yeah, Fallout 4
Fallout
is
4
probably
is not a short game.
probably like 100 hours.
Oh yeah, easy.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big Fallout fan.
Really?
I'm not a
You
big
like, Battlefield?
Skyrim fan either.
What was that,
Marie?
Marie?
Battlefield is. Do you like Battlefield?
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
I'm just not a shooter fan in general for the most part. I mean, I'll
Oh.
play them.
Yeah, that's
Super.
about where I'm at. I mean, I'll play them. They're all right. I usually
I-
stick more to like RPGs.
I don't own any shooting games besides Destiny.
So this is really old school because I gave up video gaming when I decided I needed to go to school. But I loved Unreal.
Oh, Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, did you play
Yeah.
that? I loved that.
I grew up playing Unreal Tournament.
Yes.
My
When I
dad
was
was an
in-
IT guy, and so even when I was like 8 years old, he'd start taking me with him. He and his
That's
work buddies
awesome.
would have LAN parties,
Uh-huh.
and so I think that's kind of what lent to me getting into programming. Was I got used to staying up till 4 a.m. on a computer. So
Yep, that was that was an old life of mine.
When I was in high school, we had Doom on all of the
Doom.
computers, and we'd play against each
Nice.
other.
And I loved
Quake.
yeah, Quake. And really the old one was what was it called? Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Mitch,
RNG.
they are actually re-releasing Quake.
Really?
Like I just saw a beta announcement today. So it looks like they're gonna re-release it
That's awesome.
with updated stuff, of course. But
You would put this on. Why don't you put this on iOS, Ben?
because
Quake on iOS.
What would the
well, for
controls be?
starters, the lawsuit.
Well, you could just develop something else.
Have you played
Okay.
Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword?
Yes.
If you made Quake with like the motion controlled aiming of like on your phone,
Oh
that would
yeah.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Dude, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
I might. That's going on my list. I have a list of game ideas. I've got like 20 on there right now. But it's mostly I just need to start going through them and be making enough money that I can actually work on them instead of
Yeah.
spending 40 hours a week doing stupid forecasting engines.
You
Hey,
can
guys.
do it, Ben. I believe in you. You just need one app. Look at Snapchat. He developed
right?
Snapchat. That guy's a billionaire.
It's true. And if I was a billionaire, that would
You
be
play a lot of
plenty
video games.
And now he's engaged to
plenty of money.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Make a little app.
I could fund an indie studio for years with a couple of billion.
Yeah.
Quite a few years.
He dropped out of college to do that.
Yeah, honestly, the more I look at it and the more I find evidence, at least for programming stuff, college is not the way to go. Like,
Well, at least you're almost done.
yeah, that's the only reason I'm finishing is I came to this realization and I even like talked to my boss about it because he's been programming for just shy of 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And he said that, yeah, he takes experience over education any day because like the education's nice because it, helps you with theoretical stuff,
Uh-huh.
but actual experience
Application.
coding is totally different.
Yep.
And I've learned more working this job since my internship in the last like 6 months than I did all 3.5 years of school that I've done for
Yep.
coding. And I've learned more in personal projects than any class. So
It's just unfortunate that our society requires a degree.
Well, they're actually for programming, they're starting to move away from that.
Yeah, it
Right.
looks like all the job listings I've looked at, they want to see your portfolio of projects you've worked on. They don't really necessarily care about your
Yep.
education.
Like even Google, they don't even ask if you have a degree. Because
Oh,
the
really?
question is, can you code?
Oh.
Yes,
Not-
hire me, please.
So have you? My boss was talking about this, but Cuban, what's his name? He's a billionaire.
Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban. He says that they don't even think that like STEM majors will even be needed in the next 20 years because we're going to have robots that do all this for us.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
We should be-
Sweet.
Be doing more philosophy.
I
Which
doubt it.
I think is kind of out there, but
Yeah.
if that is the case, it could be like more like ancient Greece where we have more entertainment base. I don't know.
Yeah, but the limits of AI as it stands, like there's a certain amount of dynamic coding that AI can do, but as far as thinking things through and coming up with creative ideas, it's technically impossible for AI to do that
Yeah, you're still gonna
because
have to
it can only react off of the instructions it's given
Uh-huh.
and the previous data that it has experienced.
Yep.
So coming up with new ideas is not what computers are for at all. So, I mean, the thought is cool, but by the same token, 20 years ago, they thought we'd have flying cars today. So,
I think they're developing one.
they're working on it, but I think it's nowhere near completion.
Yeah, I think they'll have to have a lot of regulations around that too.
Yeah. And I mean, a flying car isn't nearly as far-fetched as we're going to have robots programming robots.
That's what he said. I don't
Like-
know.
Planes have been around for a while.
I
And
just think if that's the case, then I'll just pursue, something else. Labor
If robots
shift.
can program, then like there's no point in having a job anymore because everything's just
Well,
we're
that's
just slaves to the robots.
that's what he was talking about is they'd have to start taxing companies on their robots because they'd be eliminating jobs for people. But the thing is,
What if robots started to count as voters?
oh my
I don't
gosh.
know, that'd be crazy.
You know who would own elections? Hackers.
Botnet.
Oh.
Cool. Okay, I think I stopped this broadcast. I got my
Do you think he
assignment.
actually watches the broadcasts?
No, why would you?
I don't know.
That'd be like the
That'd be